Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Okay, so hope you guys are good, and I thought I'd just do a quick live stream because I got a bit of time. So alhamdulillah, did you guys see the new discovery of the black hole, the image of the black hole? Wa alaikum assalam, student of Deen, how are you? So I mean, this is something which is Marufez. Is that how you say your name? Alaikum assalam, Marufez. Uh, and alaikum assalam rahmatullah. So it's alaikum assalam rahmatullah. Alaikum assalam salam. Now look, I'm not an expert here. I'm going to be talking about black holes. I don't know jack about black holes, yeah. But I remember I used to know this black hole, yeah, in Pakistan. So basically, where I used to live in Pakistan in the flat, there used to be like these sewers, manholes. And there used to be this guy that used to come once every 2 or 3 weeks. And the guy would have this big, massive, like bamboo, right? And he would put it into the sewer and it would come out from another black hole. Yeah. And it would clear basically the sewers underneath. And once I saw him, na'uzu billah, yeah. And may Allah save us from having this kind of job. The guy, he was like, he had he was like bare top, yeah, nothing on. Trousers, he rolled up his trousers, like made them into like, speedos. He held his nose, yeah, and guess what he did? Yeah, he jumped right into it. And there's all this kind of black filth, yeah, dirty, stinky stuff. Yeah, and the guy went through from one black hole and he came out the other black hole. And I was thinking, whoa, look at that, man. That guy was so proud. That was like, oh yeah, I did it, man. So imagine that. Imagine that was your job, yeah. And so this guy, yeah, talking about black holes. So this guy, this is something which is, may Allah save us, but this guy was obviously doing a khidmah, some service for the community, and he was getting paid for it. That was his kind of job. But that's what it reminded me of. So anyway, going back to the discovery that they made. So, I mean, they knew that black holes were there, weren't they? They knew it from before. I mean, they found that, through mathematics and through their discoveries from before. But it's just they hadn't seen it for themselves. Yeah, and that's like, I was just thinking about it. That's like, if you think about it, that's like, like Allah says in the Quran where He says there's certain things which are ilmul yaqeen, like you know about it. You kind of believe it because the knowledge that you received. And then some things become ainul yaqeen, that you see it and then it becomes like certain. So, تسمع بالمعيد خير من أن تراه, I think. If you guys know what that means, put it in the comments. You guys know what this means. تسمع بالمعيد خير من أن تراه. I think this is what the black hole is. It doesn't look that fantastic. I think the big hype is because they've discovered it and the size of it is ginormous. But otherwise, it doesn't look that, I mean, that picture that they've taken, it could be anything. Sometimes when you see an image of something and they kind of zoom out and all of a sudden you realize that it's nothing like that guy who took a picture and he was like, saying that, oh, he's on his way to Dubai. And then when he zooms out, you can see it's like, the kind of handle, the gap in the handle of a gallon of milk. So anyway, what do you guys think of this black hole? I mean, I like space. I like things about space, documentaries and these series and programs and, these sci-fi kind of things about space. Yeah, it was grainy, wasn't it? That's the word. It was so grainy. It's like one of those. I used to have this old Panasonic phone. Yeah, when the first in the early 2000s, this old kind of Panasonic phone, the flip one, and it had like I don't know what the pixels were on the camera. They were like really kind of grainy. I think I could have made a better job than that. Yeah, and I guarantee you, there's gonna be the conspiracy theorists, the flat earthers, are gonna come out and they're gonna say things about this image. Yeah, I'm just waiting for them, and I like to watch what they say about this. So, so Ajib. So anyway, did he become Muslim? Who? The guy that jumped in the sewers, the sewer man. The sewer man. I don't know if he was a Muslim or not. I think he wasn't a Muslim. Yeah, because most of the people that do that work over there are of a specific ethnic background. Christians, they are very good people. Yeah. But I don't know. I mean, I don't know if he became Muslim or not. And I don't think by jumping in the sewer he would have wanted to become Muslim. So yeah, what do you guys think about this black hole thingy? This now people talking about it. What do you guys think about it? Do you guys think this is the that kind of a new sort of mm, starting point for scientists? I mean, I don't understand. Like they discover all these things. They discover the black hole. Yeah, the black hole is supposed to be billions of times bigger than our sun. Don't they think themselves that there could have been there is a creator power that is stronger than the black hole? That there is a some sort of a superpower out there that has created this black hole. There must be. It's just logical. And if this is the one black hole, imagine the likelihood, the possibility of there being a greater, bigger black hole than this. This could be like a little infant black hole, and there could be like a daddy black hole out there. Yeah. So anyway, so what do you guys think? Any good questions? I've only got a few minutes, so I'm gonna have to go in a bit. But I just thought I'll speak to you guys, see how you guys are doing, because this new kind of I think, should I draw a picture of a black hole? Do you think that would be a good idea? Should that be? Oh, you mean like about the real black hole in space? Yeah, I mean, I don't understand why these scientists don't like kind of just their mind goes towards Allah. I think it's they deliberately do not want to believe in a greater power. They deliberately have set in their minds that they do not want to believe that there is an Allah out there. Just like in in the Quran, it's mentioned about the people that they have like seals on their hearts, and I think it's just amazing when people look at these kind of things in space, and they can't see the beauty of nature, the beauty of how things have been created, and it has to have been done with some sort of design, conscious design. So anybody got any questions for me? Anything new? Anything you guys want to share? I mean, Easter's coming up. Anybody gone on Umrah or going on Umrah? Yeah, you can make dua for us as well. Anybody got any new things that they want me to look into? Or anybody got any picture they want me to draw? I'm thinking about drawing a new picture. So I'm coming out with one. What should I draw? So at the moment, I'll show you guys. This is on my phone here. Okay, let me see. So I'm going to show the Brunei Incident. I mean, I think obviously every country, they have their right to the laws that they want, and laws being barbaric and laws being against human rights and these kind. That's a joke. That is, we know that's a big joke, because we know that there's lots of laws in the West which are barbaric as well. I mean, sending someone to Guantanamo Bay, right, and doing that kind of trickery, and finding loopholes in your own system. What was more barbaric than that? And then locking someone up in prison for so many years, right? Life sentence or whatever, for so many years, and they're deprived from society, deprived from their families, and all of that. I mean, that's barbaric as well. Why isn't that barbaric? Why isn't it barbaric to lock someone up for so many years and deprive them of society? So anyway, so these are basically, if you can see, these are my pictures that I've drawn. Yeah, so here is one that I've done. Yeah, so this is a shoe that I drew. Yeah, so then shoe there. Yeah, that's another one there. So this is the program that I use for this. Yeah, this is the famous Lota one. Yeah, that you guys like. Yeah, I mean, you know what? We know how these a lot of these governments work. Yeah, a lot of them are very corrupt inside. They have their own agendas. They're fueled with by other organizations, non-governmental organizations, and it's just, we know there's lots of corruption going on. Yeah, it's just that in the third world country, corruption is a bit more open, and in other countries, corruption, backhanders, they're a bit more discreet, you can say. Yeah, they use offshore accounts, offshore account corruption. But anyway, we gotta live. We gotta live. So we gotta get on with our lives. No point, making a big fuss. Get on with your life. Alhamdulillah. Draw a magical paradise to my understanding. Yeah, actually, that's a good idea. What I would think. Yeah, inshallah, hopefully. So I've got basically 2 weeks of holidays now. Yeah, coming up. So I think I'm gonna put it up, inshallah. Okay, this is a good question. If the Sahaba believed that the earth is flat or is stationary and the sun orbits around it, and they base this on their understanding of the Quran, is this the determinative and authoritative? No, not necessarily. I mean, because antum a'lam bi umuri dunyakum, like the Prophet ﷺ said, you know better about your world. So, I mean, just like medicine in them days, if Sahaba believed that there was a certain type of medicine that was very, very beneficial for someone, and then later on we find out that that's actually harmful to you. So we know, for example, like using arsenic is poisonous, and in the early years, many of the scholars in the early years, they considered arsenic to be something permissible to do tayammum with. So, I mean, that has nothing to do with belief. So belief is only in those things which are ghaib, yeah, beyond our senses. Something that's beyond our senses, whatever the Sahaba believed, we have to believe that. But something which is in the realm of our senses, then that doesn't fall under belief, iman and kufr. So, for example, if the Sahaba believed that the sun moves, right, that's got nothing to do with, iman and kufr, right? It's just something based upon their own personal understanding, and then it's kind of superimposed, and they see it in the Quran, or they kind of take sort of like inference from the Quran. That's fine. So, that is not the measure of aqidah. Aqidah is all to do with things which are beyond our senses. Ilmul ghaib, like they say. Yu'minuna bil ghaib. They believe in the unseen. Yeah, they are blind. They think there is explanation other than Allah. Yeah, I mean, it's some sort of blindness they obviously have, but it's just sad. I mean, I think it's very sad how people just live their lives and in that manner. Anyway, alhamdulillah, Allah has given us all iman, and we're living with this iman. May Allah give us, strengthen us in this iman. So whenever we see these new discoveries that they make, whether it's a black hole or whether it's something else, and the Quran even says this. The Quran says that وَلَوْ فَتَحْنَا عَلَيْهِمْ بَابًا مِنَ السَّمَاءِ, if we had opened for them a door in the skies, and they continue to be elevated into it, meaning they continue to go up into the sky. Allah says, if we had opened for them some door in the sky, some sort of a portal, yeah, you can say, a wormhole or whatever into the sky, and they continue to go up into it, or they'd turn around and say, إِنَّمَا سُكِّرَتْ أَبْصَارُنَا, our eyes are just deceiving us, are intoxicated. It's because of hallucinations that we're seeing this. Like they'll come out with something, an answer. They will come out with an answer to kind of explain it all. Anyway, so Jazakallah khair, guys. Thank you very much. I will be putting up hopefully in the next week or so, because I'm just waiting for. Do we know what spiritual practices the Prophet ﷺ did in the cave and before his prophecy? We don't really. I don't think I haven't come across anything specific he used to do. They just say things like the Bukhari narrations mentions that he used to yatahannath, yeah, and yata'abbad. He would just do kind of, and it seems as though it's more like thinking, yeah, like the Quran indicates that he would kind of think, yeah. وَوَجَدَكَ ضَالًا, and some Mufassirin mentioned that he would kind of ponder, reflect on life and reflect on, and he used to like a lot of poetry, which was poetry that was to do with God and hereafter, things like that. So he did like the poetry, some of the classical poets whose poetry was clean poetry, because there's some poets whose poetry is a bit kind of dodgy. Yeah, so he never used to kind of, wasn't into that, but he was into I mean, whose poetry was he into? There's a famous poet, and he used to like him a lot. Pre-Islamic poet. I think it was. I skipped my mind now. But yeah, on one occasion, he actually asked an Anjasha to read the poetry of this famous poet. Anyway, Jazakumullah khair. Thank you very much, guys. I really appreciate you guys. Remember me your du'as. I will remember you my du'as. And Ramadan's very soon as well, guys. Yeah, so start preparing. Jazakumullah khair. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.